Yeah. So firstly, thank you all for joining. This is a 3 days demo session on AWS. Day one. Yeah. Yes. So I just list down the agenda for the day, and we'll be having our demo sessions for the next 3 days, next 2 days, including today. So the link will be same. So post 3 days of our demo session, the link will be changed for those who will register for the classes. And yeah, first intro about myself, that is intro about trainer. Let me introduce myself. I'm Anitha. I have 7+ years of experience working with this AWS, Linux, DevOps, and Active Directory. And I welcome you all for this demo session being held for the 3 days completely on AWS. And today it's our first day of our demo session, and we'll walk you through the contents along with the syllabus that's going to be covered in our actual classes. So we'll be having our demo sessions for the next 2 days as well, and post that we'll have our real-time classes once registered. And I'm working for a MNC-based company. So this is about my introduction. I also have certified AWS Cloud Practitioner certificate as well, internal certified. So this is the intro about me and what exactly we are into. I'll just give you an overview or an idea about this, or why we have this and what is part of this course. So this course is for 40 to 45 hours of duration. It will be weekdays batch. So it's a daily an hour of class, that is 9 to 10 a.m. IST. Okay, so we'll be having 40 to 45 hours, which covers key concepts and much more syllabus of AWS, and we'll walk you through the syllabus and contents as well. And what are the support we'll provide? Support recorded sessions every day. Once the sessions have been done, it will be uploaded into a Google Drive, and where you will all be having the access to weave and go through the same. So it will be for your, the access will be granted for your registered email address. And everyday notes, everyday notes and sources, material sources. So what and all we provide here is recorded sessions and notes for each and every concept. So on. Now let me get into, as I say AWS, what is it? The abbreviation is for Amazon Web Services. So when we say this, Azure, GCP, that is Google Cloud Platform, or this AWS, that is Amazon Web Services. First of all, why do we need cloud? Why do we need to opt or move towards the cloud? First of all, why? Why do we need this? Why do we need to opt or move towards the cloud? We all know that on-prem. That is where our organization is. So wherein our organizations will procure the resources, materials, where they'll invest. That might be in terms of upfront cost, wherein they'll they'll invest or spend some amount of money to buy chairs, servers, systems, to procure systems, and as well as to recruit the resources. And those hardware assets or software assets might be for a longer term or a shorter term, on a rent basis, or for a it might even act as a fixed asset. So what exactly non-premise complete that particular organization is solely responsible for everything end-to-end process, wherein they are responsible for all the activities, and also on all the stages. For example, with production, testing, development. It's like from end to end. I mean, throughout end to end service or end to end process is being managed and taken care by that individual, and solely by organization. Then when we have this, why do we need to opt for the cloud? Obviously, in on-prem, there might be a challenges that when there is a increase or demand for the resources, demand for the resources, in the sense it might be via in terms of human resource, or it might be even in terms of assets. For example, right now an organization might be maintaining of thousands of systems, of 500 systems, 500 computer systems. And what if they need to, suddenly there might be a challenge wherein they have to, instead of Windows they have to use Linux OS. Then obviously they have to, get or procure other systems, or just format with a fresh OS. So once the job is done, again when they need, obviously they again have to reinstall the fresh OS. So in on-prem, it is something wherein automatic scaling or automatic changes or drastic changes is something not possible. Along with that, it is also something that which is not, which is not adopted to changes quickly. So in order to overcome from this on-prem, then we had a concept of virtualization. What happened here? Okay, in on-prem they were facing issue with they were having 500 computers, and they wanted to, instead of Windows, they wanted to move towards Linux, or vice versa. It might also happen vice versa. So in that case, what happened? So when this virtualization has come, again there are different types: hardware based and software based. So wherein hardware based, in the sense there is no requirement to install any of the third party softwares like VMware Workstation or Oracle VirtualBox. No need of that, because when we use third party software, obviously we have to have ISO image being downloaded again in terms of GBs sometimes, upon which we'll be launching our guest OS, guest operating systems. So right now, this system, my system might be Windows. What if I need to move towards Linux? What if I want to work on Linux now? Right now, this is my on-prem. This is my company's one, organization's one, or it might be my personal one. And what do I have to do in on-prem basis? Me, I have to reinstall the fresh operating system, completely wipe out. Then we have come for virtualization. What happened there? I'll install third party softwares like virtual VMware virtual workstations, or Oracle VirtualBox. Based on that, I'll be installing Ascent OS or Linux based or Debian based Ubuntu system, or etc. So what happens? My Windows machine is still there, but on the basis of virtualization, I'm able to virtualize and spin up the VM, that is virtual machine. That is the concept of virtualization. But again, we do have hardware virtualization, wherein it is something no need to install any software. It is something that comes in a pre-built feature, wherein in our Windows we do have something called Hyper-V, correct? So where it is where we can just make use of subsystem Linux. Yes. So that is something hardware virtualization. But what are the challenges here? When I said in on-prem, what happened when we want to completely reinstall the fresh operating system? It literally took almost 2 to 3 hours a day, because we know how long would it take in order to format the OS. Sometimes it might even take half a day. Yeah. Then we came to my virtualization, wherein timing might have reduced. It was not taking that 4 hours, 3 hours, but definitely it used to take at least an hour, minimum an hour. Wherein that ISO image which we have downloaded from the internet sources was almost in terms of 900 MB to 1.5 GB, because that ISO image was completely consisting of all the binary dependencies as well as the images, all the binary dependencies, files, whatever it is required for an operating system. All the dependencies or required files was into that particular ISO image. Then what happened when we had downloaded that? It was taking memory consumption along with the time consumption process as well. So in order to overcome from that, because technology is something that we move towards whenever we face challenges or difficulties in a current situation. So then the concept of cloud. What happened in this cloud? So in that virtualization, we used to be in that way, but in this cloud platform, we used to, via cloud service providers. I can say when it is cloud service providers, it's AWS, Azure, and GCP. These three are the topmost cloud service providers, wherein they'll render the services, and it is something we pay for the services we actually use. So list it down here. Cloud service providers. Yeah. So what will happen in this cloud, wherein we'll log in into that particular portal, we'll have our account, then we'll use the resources. And here, in order to launch a or spin up the VMs, it is a matter of 1 minute or less than a minute or a less than a minute. How we are able to do it? Because we're gonna make use of this platform, we're gonna spin up the VMs. So when we use these platforms, it is something, everything, all the features will be built in. Even the particular OS images will be preloaded, and it doesn't even take more than a minute to spin up a virtual machine. And if you need a Linux machine, then yes, you can just spin up a VM, then just do it. Or if you want to launch again one more Windows virtual machine, then just spin up our VM with the Windows. We are done. On day 3, I'll be showing you with some real-time hands-on demo session as well. On day 3, I'll be showing it up. So for these 2 days, it will be something theoretical concepts. So wherein it will take, we'll choose how many virtual core CPUs I need, 2, 4, something. Then the memory constraint, 8 GB, 10 GB. Or yeah, just to choose the compute network, which network? My own customized network, or cloud service providers network. We'll choose that. Based on that, we'll be spinning up the VM. So now this is what we know, like why do we need to opt or move towards the cloud? Why we want to move towards the cloud? In order to, as everybody is aware, it is something accessibility. Obviously we know, anytime, anywhere, faster communication. Yes. It is possible. And in our AWS, it is something that there is a concept called region and availability zone where we'll take up tomorrow. So in that, wherein I can just choose irrespective of any geographical boundaries. I can even choose a US based region or Africa based region, and we can launch a VMs. We can spin up VMs. And the what do you say? The amount of duration, the amount of period taken to spin off the VMs will be the same even if I choose any of the Asia Pacific region. When I say Asia Pacific region, the most thing that we usually take up is Mumbai zone, which is nearer. They say which is nearer. So even if I choose that place, it is not something I'll get within a minute. And if I choose with US or any other non-Asia Pacific region, it will take time. No, it is not that way. And how do we achieve this? We'll let you know in next upcoming. I mean, in next topic. So and next, what it is something elasticity, yes, increase and decreasing can be happen, and backup and recovery feature, yes, and without cloud nothing would run. And what else would be advantage or benefit we say? Mm, I can next thing is storage. Storage also something is also something wherein it's not something that I have to have my own hard drive or I need to have my own server room to store the data. No, it is not that way. Wherein it's purely a responsibility of cloud service providers, wherein we are using it and will be paying for the resource be consumed from us. So now, if you ask me, the cloud, it's like pay as we go model. Pay as you go model. This is the one. Now, if you ask me, yes, we do have multiple cloud platforms. Why do we need to choose for AWS? See, the thing is, it is my second demo that I'm conducting now. I already have given a demo and the batch has already been started since last week. You know, like yes, even now I want now I'll ask about your introduction as well. But before that, I just want to give an intro. When I had asked, they asked few of the participants what they have told us. They're they are into some XYZ projects right now, and their organization is moving towards AWS. So that's why they want to learn the same. So why? Because yeah, I'm not saying that only on AWS. Some are moving towards Azure as well and GCP as well. But why AWS? Because I can show you that wherein it is something that I mean the dashboard or the console or the navigation is something which is easier to access, and the most feature, I mean the most beneficiary is that we'll get free tier account here. But when it comes to an organization's production based, obviously it is an organization's responsibility to get you the account. But here for this AWS, we'll be getting 12 months free tier account. We'll be making use of the resources. We'll spin up as many as VMs we need. And if we want to have our own network, any concepts, everything we'll be knowing here. And now I want you to, I mean, I want all of you to introduce about yourself and just tell me like your name, your current designation or role or position, and your experience, work experience, or any knowledge on cloud or something, and what are your expectations if at all if you are interested to join for this course and complete or continue, and what made you to join for this demo. I guess only two of the participants are here for today if I'm not wrong. Mm, I guess three. And if you have any queries, You can, the chat is already been pasted. I mean, the details have already been pasted, so you can just go for it. Now, can someone, Prakash, Abhishek, Mohan, and Sam P. Please unmute yourself one by one, and please do introduce about yourself and what made you to join for this AWS, and what are your expectations if you join for this course, and what exactly you are working now, your current designation or position. Let it be a bit interactive session, because ultimately, it's all about like knowing each other's perspective as
Yeah,
well as ideas.
yeah. Good morning, Anitha. Good
Yeah,
morning,
good
all of you.
morning.
Myself, Ratan. I have been
Sorry, Prakash, right?
myself, Prakash. I have been 3.5 years of experience in IT background. And previously, I worked on my MS SQL Server backend developer only.
Okay.
So right now, I have since 6 months of not working. So I'm switching to more
Sorry, your
cloud
voice is breaking actually.
based non-coding. I am switching
So,
to interesting to the AWS cloud
okay,
side. So I am
okay,
interesting.
you want to. So you want to.
This is for only AWS DevOps or Linux. It's only
See,
for
see,
AWS course, no?
yeah. Hope I'm audible, right? I'm clearly audible. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Hello, can you
So the
hear me?
thing is, yeah, yeah, yes,
Uh,
yeah, you're audible. The thing is, this is only for AWS. If you see, we have separate session for DevOps and Docker and Kubernetes as well, wherein this 40 to 45 days duration is completely for AWS. That's morning batch. And the same thing, 7:30, and I mean evening batch is for Docker and Kubernetes separately. And we are about, it's already been running, the batch has already been started, it's a 25 days duration. And if at all, if you want for DevOps, yes, we are starting with that as well. Or if you want combined
and one
AWS
more
and
thing, this is
DevOps,
for fixed. And one more thing, this is for fixed timings or anything changes to morning 7 to 8, either evening.
see, the reason I have kept demo, because I already have a batch which is 9 to 10 a.m. That the same AWS batch. So that's why it's like 10 to 11 here. So if at all, if somebody registers for in this batch, obviously I'll merge the batch and I'll be taking up from 9 o'clock to 10 a.m. If you have any constraints, then you can reach out to any of us or institute, because it's all about, if at all, if we start in the morning, then obviously we can finish up within an hour, and it's good, because in the evening there are other batches as well, because I am only taking up. So I just wanted to tell you.
Okay.
Or if you have any time constraints, you can just always feel free to reach out to the institute, because yeah, ultimately it's all about our availability, right? Because even I'm also working, we are all working professionals, and as per our timings, and when it is purely about weekday batches, yes, obviously we all have to make time for ourselves.
Okay.
So yeah, please do think. Anyways, we do have other 2 days as well with respect to demo. So the regular classes timings will be 9 to 10 a.m. IST, only for where I'll be clubbing both of the batches and I'll be taking up. Okay, yeah. So may I know, like, what do you? May I know, like, as per you, what is cloud? It's not that you have to give me some high level answers or Google answer or interview based answer. It is just that, what are your understanding? As you said, as you are a backend developer, you are moving from MS SQL towards AWS cloud. So what exactly cloud is as per you? Or hmm,
Actually, I have a brief
Prakash, I
knowledge
guess it
and
might be. Huh.
a line.
Mhm.
I have a brief knowledge and I have a working knowledge. I don't have. I have a brief knowledge and a cloud based. I am creating the virtual missions and cloud based only.
Okay.
Uh, AWS account and storage.
Okay, you already have experience.
No, no, no. Briefly, I have
Okay,
it.
you want to learn all this.
Yes.
Okay, so that's really good to hear because nowadays, I mean, I'm not saying just for the sake of saying, but cloud is a booming now. We
Yes.
all are aware. That is why nowadays these courses have come up. And why AWS? I'll tell you once we all finish our introduction, then we'll let you know. Yeah, thank you, Prakash. Thanks for your time. Then Mohan or Sam, can someone unmute and say,
Hey, hi, Anitha. Good morning. This is Mohan.
oh, hi, Mohan. Good morning.
Yeah, I have around nearly 6 years of experience as an Oracle database developer. Currently I work for banking related projects. So for banking, yeah, as I'm a PL SQL developer, in future we have some AWS projects. We have to migrate from Oracle to AWS. So for that purpose, I would like to learn the AWS. I don't have any knowledge on cloud.
Okay.
I'm
Fine.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it's really good, Mohan. Yeah, it's good to know. No worries. I'll just, we'll just discuss regarding same.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
So, yeah, okay. Now, next, Prakash or Deeraj or Devi, someone. You can just unmute yourself and say your current position or something. What are your expectations? Because when we know this, you'll understand why do you need to join or what are your expectations or how we can sort it out. So please let's make this as an interactive session. This is not something one way speech delivering.
Yeah.
Please do speak up.
Hi,
No need to. Yeah, hi Dheeraj. Good morning.
I have 4 years of experience.
Your voice is a bit low. Can you
Yeah,
please?
so I have 4 years of
Yeah.
experience. 4 years
Mhm.
of experience working on React with Spring Boot.
In which project? In which technology are you?
Backend sector, working on React with Spring Boot. project.
React and Spring Boot.
Yeah, React with Spring Boot.
Okay.
Developer. So I am thinking to learn this cloud and deploy my own applications on the cloud.
Okay.
Without depending on anyone.
Okay. So, is this the first time that you are moving towards cloud or working towards cloud, or you have any
This is my
idea about?
personal preference. Yeah, I have
Okay.
idea on the cloud and I have some I have I understand the concepts of AWS,
Okay.
but not completely.
Okay. 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 Understood. Fine. Thank you, Dheeraj. Anybody else? Something Devi and Prakash. Prakash is done, I guess. Yeah. Devi, who is left out, they can unmute themselves. Okay, they left the meeting. Sure, not an issue. So all of you have said you are working on some other technologies and you want to move towards cloud. See, this is where we got to know why do we need to opt for the course. Ultimately, the thing is of, let me tell you why it is booming or why do we need to have this Amazon web services or something. We all use Amazon Prime Video, Netflix, Alexa, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, we do. We do. Prime Video, Alexa, Netflix, and so and so, everything. But we all know that these two are from Amazon. Yeah. Prime Video. See, now there will be a number of web series or movies or telecast, episodes will be telecasted. How exactly you are able to view the contents, whichever have been uploaded from somewhere, geographically apart, many miles apart or kilometers apart, but you are able to view, sit and view from your end. How? Because it's via cloud and based on the network. And I want to say you something, that video has been uploaded from Europe or somewhere, but you're able to view from India. How would that be possible? Obviously, there should be data center. And without, yes, obviously we know when we say cloud, there should be a data center because in order to maintain servers, everything. But one more thing, how the content is being delivered. They have uploaded over there, but you are able to watch that video, movie, play music, something. How is that possible? It's via something called content delivery network. That is something with respect to CDN, content delivery network. Also, I can say cloud front. We do have these concepts. Okay, I'll walk you through the syllabus after this, and no need to worry. I'll explain you from now. Before that, I want to say something. You all said cloud means it's like something. Yeah, you are using your Gmail. Only 15 GB is free. Correct. After 15 GB, you have to pay. In your Google Photos, 15 GB is free. Then you have to pay and use the service. And for your Amazon Prime, are you utilizing it or playing it for free? Obviously no, you have to pay. So cloud means pay as you go model means you will pay for what you use. You'll pay for the services that you actually use. So even in this AWS, we will be paying. It's not that we will be paying. It's something, if at all, if we create our account, a student based account, and only 2 rupees will be deducted, and that 2 rupees will also be refunded for you, and for the entire 12 months we'll be having accesses to the resources, and I'll guide you like how to stop or remove the VMs once we are done with the sessions for the day, so that you won't be charged more. You all said cloud means, also we say, what is the definition of cloud? We say that online delivery of services over internet. Obviously yes, delivery of services over the internet. Every day we order food, Zomato, Swiggy, everything is working via this internet network. But if you ask me what is cloud, I'll say collection of domains. Why do I need to say collection of domains? Why? Because what are domains? First of all, in order to have this network, that is cloud, to be set up, what and all we need? Tell me. Okay, if I say we do need okay, now I want to set up an organization. What and all I need to buy? Something with respect to hardware assets, hardware assets, some software assets, sorry, 1 minute. Software asset, hardware, software, and then some chairs, and then monitors, that is laptops, or they have to have some servers, storage, then dedicated rooms for servers, etc. But when I say collection of domains in cloud setup, for a cloud setup, this is for on-prem setup. On-prem setup. And this is for a cloud setup. Why did I say cloud means collection of domains? Because we do need compute. Obviously, yes, because we'll be in our on day 3, you will see like the demo session on hands-on experimentation, where we will choose this compute, network, storage, because obviously we have to choose, right? Even in our laptop, when we go to the shop and choose our laptop, what we will see, like 8-core CPU or 4-core CPU, or which is the processor, and what is the storage, how much, what is the speed, everything. So similarly, when I say cloud is a collection of domains, it comes with compute, network, storage, analytics, database, AI and ML. Then what else we have? Auto security, yes. Auto scaling, yes. Then we have monitoring, yes. Monitoring. Before this, let me have logging, monitoring, load balancing, and many more. Okay, yeah. The reason why I said cloud is a collection of domains. Why? Because we have all these domains, that is compute, network, storage, analytics, database, and many more. Not only this, many more things, wherein on day 3 of our demo session, I'll walk you through the console of AWS and what are the domains over there or how we utilize it. Okay, yeah. I just wanted to give an overview about this. Now let's jump into this Prime video again. Yeah. As I was saying, you are able to view the video, and it is also something when for the first time it will take some time to load, but when you watch, when you pause today, when you just give a pause for today and tomorrow you will log in again in order to see the same content, it won't take much time to load. How exactly it is happening? Via cache. But what is this content delivery network? This is something, irrespective of any geographical location boundaries, you are able to get the content being delivered via the network. It is not that if I'm staying at the Europe, if I'm not in India, then it's not that something I'm unable to reach out to India. Like I cannot just dial, I cannot just phone them. That is why we do have this internet wherein we can just connect from anywhere, anytime. So this content delivery network means the contents will be delivered via the network. And in Amazon, in this AWS, we do have a topic called as CloudFront, which means it is something which is like which will allow us to get the contents being delivered. That means we will have nearest hubs where exactly, the copy of the data will be stored over there. It will make us to deliver the data so that we can access the web applications. How we are able to access ICICI, SBI's or any organization's web application? How would that be possible? Via this CloudFront. How? Because we are able to, means we are able to get the web pages, web application, access the web applications, and it will render us the pages. Okay, this is one thing. And in Prime Video, yes, we got to know the difference. And in Alexa, obviously it is text to speech or vice versa. Text to speech or vice versa, as well as voice recognition, correct? Command based. How it is possible? For Alexa, will say, hey Alexa, play, hey Alexa, do that, do this. So it's something command based, and it will recognize our voice recognition, and they had trained that particular machine or that Alexa in such a way that whenever we pause a command, it should understand and it should act accordingly. Even for the lights, we'll do that itself, right? Hey Alexa, can you make a call to mom. Nowadays, how serious it's like Alexa for Android. So even this Alexa, you will make use of this. Like one of the domain here, that is AI and ML, which is about this voice recognition, text to speech mode, and everything. This is where cloud is, and this is where in real time, and we all are aware of Amazon shopping as well. even that, is purely based out of this AWS. And now we got to know why do we need AWS. Correct? Yes, we got to know why do we need AWS. If you ask me, like how exactly, or if you're literally a beginner to the cloud and you don't know anything and you wanted to start your career from first, then how would that be possible? It is something, let's say, cloud learning path, wherein it will walk you through how exactly the first, we'll be going on with cloud fundamentals. That is something, but what do you mean by cloud? What are the types of cloud? Types of cloud is something, but private, public, or protected. We'll learn about cloud fundamentals, cloud types, cloud services, like what are the services it would be, deployment models, that is nothing but, I mean, this cloud fundamentals, then types, then cloud types is something with respect to, public. Obviously, we'll go through all of this even in our real-time classes as well. For the first 2 sessions, it will be purely on cloud overview, private, public, and hybrid model. Also, last but least, we do have community cloud. So public means wherever anybody can access. Example, a banking application or a website of which are made available, which are made available for public access. And next we have this private, which is only for the particular organization. Right now I'm at my company, so it is something private where you just can't access the applications whichever I'm able to access. Yes, and that is how it is. Private means something which is dedicated only for that particular organization, wherein they'll not allow for public access. It is private and it is only within the organization. And how about hybrid? It is a combination of both public and private, wherein we decide an organization would decide some of its applications should be available for a public access. For example, they want to get a user input from your end, or for job recruitment as well. They'll have a web application, web page being designed, and they'll upload it. So you will have an access. You will enter your details. You will submit. But in the back end, that's something via public cloud. Private in the sense where all your details will be stored in a database, which is only for internal users accessibility within an organization, so that it is not available for public purpose, or no public will have an access to just enter into that particular mode. So that's something with hybrid mode, wherein combination of both public and private. That's one. And next, community, it's for something dedicated for a community, means organization. For example, right now, let me, it's most probably for non-profit organizations. Let me think, I'm serving for a cause, wherein I have an organization which is for to serve food, or to have some, to maintain a like a charity foundation, charity based foundation kind of, and wherein you will also have some similar interest, so you'll collaborate with me. So we all, and some xyz person will collaborate with us, so we all will collaborate together, and we'll have our own cloud being established, like for our accounts management, for our security concerns, for our purpose. Like we'll have like who and all, what charity, or how, who has funded this time, or where the expenses, what are the expenses for the month, what happened, who are the trustees, something kind of. So who will have similar concerns or similar ideas, they'll collaborate and they will have their own cloud. That's something with community cloud. Okay, so this is something with respect to cloud services, sorry, cloud types. It is not something that you have to know everything in depth. It is because when you say cloud, it is better and the best to know or to be aware of cloud concepts. Okay, So if you ask for the services, obviously it's something with respect to infrastructure as a service. IaaS, that is infrastructure as a service. Right now, this AWS itself is infrastructure as a service, means no need to bother about infrastructure, like where exactly the server room is there, where do I need to store the data, means no bothering about the infrastructure. The only thing that we need to bother is all about the operating system we need to install, I mean the operating system, and then the applications and data. Platform as a service, wherein need to be concerned only about the data and application, no need to bother about the operating system as well. Software as a service, it is something where you will download via Play Store or from the Google directly. WhatsApp, are we bothered about anything? No, we'll just download and we'll just use it. So that comes with software as a service. Then function as a service, also called as serverless as a service, which comes with AWS Lambda. There is a concept such. NAS means network as a service. SEAAAS. SCAAS. That is security as a service. Obviously, we know security must be there. Desktop as a service. That is for end user desktops. Compute as a service. So it is something with respect to wherein, these are some about like cloud overview, or I can say cloud fundamentals, because until unless we don't understand this, we'll not be knowing in depth. Let me just quickly share my screen again. Stop sharing and reshare it. Window. I hope it is again visible. Yeah. Yeah, is this visible? So which is nothing but
No.
in on-prem. Sorry, is not isn't it visible?
No, something.
Sorry.
No, it's not visible.
Okay, hold on. Just. How about now?
Yes.
It is right. The image. You are able to
Yes.
see the image.
Yes.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Thank you for confirming. Yeah. See here, I mean, I'll just take only 5 minutes, because then we'll wind up the session and we'll connect tomorrow for wherein I'll walk you through the I'll walk you through the contents and syllabus that will be covered. Okay. I'm just giving overview here. That is why we had planned for 3 days session, wherein a complete knowledge or complete overview about the session would be made aware for the participants. So in on-premise, what happens that even for the network establishment and in order to store the data, and with respect to the server rooms to manage, and virtualizations or operating system, any middlewares, then runtime, data, applications, everything is managed by on-premise. That means if at all right now my company is solely responsible for everything, they are not dependent on anything. That's something on-premise. What is this infrastructure as a service? As I have already told you, when I said infrastructure, we no need to bother about how the network is established, how I'm able to get the content, or where do I need to store the data, in which path exactly, or in which place exactly, and with respect to servers as well. No need to bother about that server, then virtualization or operating system. The only thing we need to bother here in this infrastructure as a services, which operating system we need. That means if I need Linux OS, then I'll be spinning up a VM with Linux based image. If I need for Windows based machine, then it's Windows. So it is how, that is how when it comes to infrastructure, we need to bother only about the applications. For example, if I need to access web application or any database do I need to, or data, like what content I have to put up over there. So these are only bothered or I manage, that is we individual managers. When it comes to platform as a service, as I've already informed you, no need to bother about anything. The only thing we have to think about is applications and data. And this platform as a service, we have a concept called elastic bean stack in this AWS, wherein in our syllabus as well, so which allow us to make use of this platform as a service, and will be rendering or creating a web application. No need to bother about anything, we'll just pass a code or kind of data, and we'll have our application ready within few minutes. And next is software as a service. As I already don't no need to bother about anything, just log in and go ahead and use it. Even Gmail as well, whichever apps you're using in your mobile right now, or even in your desktop. See, right now I'm making use of this Edge. Did I bother about anything? Like, do I need to establish a network? Do I need to worry about storage? Do I need to bother that I something is not running or something is not supporting in order to open Edge? Nothing as such. Software is something. Software as a service is something which is a ready-made food available for us. We'll just need to bother. We'll just need to make utilization from the same. So this is what the overview is. So for today, I'm done with this the AWS. I mean, with respect to this cloud fundamental or something, and about the introduction as well. So for tomorrow, I'll be taking up few. I'll taking up through the. I mean, I'll walk you through the AWS syllabus. But before that, I want to take about AWS certification path. As I've mentioned in the beginning, I'm based out of AWS Cloud Practitioner, internal certification, AWS certification path. Okay, we'll just have an overview or idea about, because when you are learning something, you have to be aware what and all certificates are there. What is a beginner level? Will I be able to like cover those? Will I be able to get the certification? It's not that if you are, because we all know that if you are certified, then it's like a plus point advantage. So will that, how would that be? So we'll know everything in detail for tomorrow. And along with that, the syllabus, whatever we cover, would that be how much, I mean the criteria for those particular certification path, how exactly it's gonna be useful, how exactly it's gonna be helpful. So we'll explain you for tomorrow. So for this day two, yeah. So we'll continue tomorrow. So if you have any queries, please do let me know. Else we'll wind up the session for today.
Yeah. So, Anitha, what is your experience are you working on AWS and DevOps or only AWS?
Yes, obviously, yes. See, right now, I mean, that's what I have said. 7+ years of experience, and I'm working on, I mean, multiple technologies. It's not that something I'm working simultaneously, but I just switched my projects, and yes, right now into AWS, DevOps, and Linux.
Oh,
Yeah, Active Directory is also done, partial Active Directory, but including that, AWS, DevOps, and Linux. That's the reason I have told in the beginning. I'm also, like when someone said, or you or Prakash have said, they need AWS with DevOps. I said, like, yes, I'm taking up the batches for that. That's why the timing constraint or timing limitations.
those will be started
Sorry,
soon or when those batches can be started?
that DevOps, right? Docker and Kubernetes, right?
Yes.
It's already been like 12 to 11 sessions have been done, because the first we have started that. So we have only 10, 12 days left. So, but yes, if the students' requirements are there, definitely I'm gonna start a parallel batch, one more demo session for Docker and Kubernetes, because that's something which has been taking up in the evening. But we are planning for mornings as well. It's only for Docker and Kubernetes. It is 25 days. Every day one and a
Oh,
half hour. Every day 1.5 hour classes. Weekdays. Only Docker and
okay.
Kubernetes, not complete DevOps. Because when I say DevOps, it's something, a number of tools. Correct. So here
Yes.
only for, because some people are in a way that They only need to learn Docker and Kubernetes because their project criteria or dependency would be that way. So that's why this way we have designed our courses. In future, means in upcoming days, because nowadays after this AWS workshop, now we are getting a request for combined AWS plus DevOps, which will be like 60 to 70 hours duration, or some might not prefer for longer time joining. So we have separate sessions for the same, like only for AWS, only for Docker and Kubernetes, only for DevOps. If someone comes approaches for combined, then obviously yes. So now it is like separate AWS, separate Linux, separate DevOps, and separate Docker and Kubernetes. And if you have
Linux is
any,
also getting started.
sorry, Linux, it is yet to. So once we start with this AWS and Docker and Kubernetes, yes, the next target is for Linux itself.
Oh.
Yeah. So any more questions?
Yeah, and I have I would like to appear for AWS certification. AWS certification. So in this course, are we going to cover how to clear this certification
Yes.
and those terms and all?
As I have told you, like just few minutes ago, tomorrow we'll be going with this AWS certification path and the syllabus, whatever we cover, because it's not that something, almost 60 to 70% of the syllabus, whichever we cover, that's something for mandatory for fundamental level. Once we clear with this fundamental, obviously then only we'll go with associate and developers level, right? Yeah, so that is the reason I have told you tomorrow I'll take up the syllabus part along with that certification path. So you will know what and all syllabus we cover along with that for fundamental level, what's going to happen. Because when I said I have been AWS cloud practitioner, cloud practitioner is something that is a fundamental level, and if you want with associate, then it is solutions architect, sorry, developer associate level, solutions architect. Then it comes with some network engineer or a dedicated ones. Okay, so that is why tomorrow I'll be explaining you this. Please do join for tomorrow as well. Please make utilization of these free demo sessions whichever have been provided, because you will gain some knowledge at least, even and you will know about it. Because ultimately when you say you want to move towards other technology, it's on us to choose whether we learn or what are we gonna do. And you all might say we do have other YouTube sources or Udemy or something. That's all pre-recorded one wherein there won't be any live queries to be asked or no doubt sessions, no doubt clearance sessions. But obviously when it is online, I mean whenever it is not a live interactions, we'll be like, oh okay, we'll continue tomorrow, let me pause it for today and let me continue tomorrow. So that's the reason live classes are something which has been preferred. And when even I was a student, I had preferred the same, and that's where I have learned. Yes, Mohan. So tomorrow we'll be knowing about certification path and syllabus as well. No need to worry. Please join tomorrow and we'll discuss in detail.
Yeah, sure, Internet. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So anything else? Or are we good to wind up? Okay, if no more questions, then thank you all for joining. Have a great day. Please do join tomorrow as well. We do have for next 2 days, that is for Tuesday and Wednesday as well. Please do join tomorrow for the same time. We'll catch you then. Have a great day ahead. Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, Anitha.
Yeah, thank you.